Hi, Scout here again, tape 3. The place where these two stories, the story about the mayfly hatch and the three worlds, the place where they come together is in the story of resistance. You know, why is it, how is it that there's so much resistance in the system? What makes it so hard to hatch and become an adult? What makes it so hard to move from this world of separateness into this world of oneness? I mean, a part of us is eager to go there, but we're not doing it. I mean, you'd watch the world and see that we're doing a really, there's so much struggle, there's so much resentment in the system right now. And here's what I think about that resentment is that I'll speak of this in terms of the antenna on an insect. You know, the antenna, insects have antenna, cats have whiskers, you know, you can think of it as whiskers or antenna, but they are the means by which an animal, oh, here's a moth talking to me, by which an animal feels its way through the world, right? An animal is constantly feeling its way through the world, sensing danger, and there are many ways to do that. The antennae are one. We as humans have a gut feeling, right? There's a lot of ways to sense whether you're safe, whether you're not. And what we have done, and I am not going to even touch on how or why for this layer of the conversation, what we have done is we have disabled our antenna. We have an example of that. What we have done with all our rules and our systems of measuring what's fair and what's right and how to behave, we've tried to legislate it all. We've tried to set up rules so that we can be safe moving through the world. But it's gotten crazy. I mean, it's great when there's a bunch of individuals together. Of course, when you have a community, you have agreements about how you act together. When those agreements come from the heart and it's clear in the community that what you're doing is you're all working for community harmony, and so we're going to make these agreements, those are beautiful agreements. When the agreements become rules that are imposed from outside without a clear reason, then the resentment begins to build because the rules are not coming from inside, which is another way of talking about adolescence, right? I mean, this is what happens when a young person moves from accepting the rules of childhood and young teenhood and moves through those years of doing the dance, of deciding which rules. I mean, really what teenagers are doing is they are in a really, when it's beautiful, when things are flowing in the way that we are designed to flow, those teenagers are in a loving environment that helps support them to figure out what life is for them, what their vision is, what their goals are, what rules they're going to internalize, what agreements they're going to internalize and live from in a beautiful way. What are their values, right? And so that movement becomes beautiful, and you end up with an adult who's very clear who they are, what their values are, and they're a beautifully contributing citizen, being very self-contained, competent in themselves, willing to help, able to help. The thing is, our system, dating back forever, long time, has been based on external rules. And that's okay. That's what it has been. That's what it is in the water. That's what happens in the water. You have to deal with the water. You have to deal with the rules. And but we're flying now. We're flying now. It's time to internalize the rules.